Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Last Door. So let's move on down this eerie hallway that we can't even really see, we just know that there's a red background to it. And obviously it must be quite dark if we have already lit our lamp. So moving on, there's an end to this hallway right here. And what do you know? More red. How fitting for this game. And it looks like there's a couple of people in the background, but I suppose that could just be chairs or something. It's hard to tell with the pixels. And here's Miss Yellow Dress. Or is that a mister? Actually, no, that's a mister. Hello, Jeremiah. I knew you would find us eventually. Welcome to our humble performance. You were there. You were part of the group. You don't remember my name, do you? I am Alexandra. What is this all about? What do you want from me? From you? Nothing, dear Jeremiah. It is you who came here searching for answers. It is the same as when you joined our group. We each came with our own reasons. Do you remember yours? And I don't think it really matters, but I'm pretty sure that we should pick philosophy since that's what was suggested in the story earlier. True philosophy. Indeed, it was our thirst for knowledge that drew us together. No one waits for us out there, dear Jeremiah. There is no one who will care for us when our hour comes. We had been alone until now. How did I end up in London after being buried in the boarding school? The bird protects us. It is by his design that we should meet again, but we are not the only ones who take shelter beneath his wings. His influence and power is ever expanding, ever reaching. Do you not feel him beckoning? I only want to wake from this nightmare. This is no nightmare, it is a show, a performance. The truth we seek lies beyond the curtain. Now we have crossed the point of no return. The lights are on, the stage is set, and soon you shall meet the actors. Welcome. Well, if this doesn't scream eerie, then nothing does. Shut up, stop laughing at me. Gross. This belongs to you. And he hands us a mask. Is he gonna give us a robe? And it sounds like we're on a train now. Dearest Her Dr. Wakefield, if you are reading this, then you have followed my instructions to arrive at the agreed upon address. Good. I apologize that I could not accompany you immediately. My own investigations have demanded a certain unanticipated degree of attention. I have determined that your patient, Devitt, is in serious trouble. I will contact you with more information post-haste. In the meantime, discretion is of the utmost importance. Your friend, Johann Kaufman. And it looks like these are the statues that are just outside of that little area. So we'll continue the adventure in episode 4. Oh, whoops. Hang on, everybody. Okay, so we get the little recap here. You know that that's annoying. We'll just skip that. Gross. There is no turning back. And it looks like we're sitting in a chair for some reason. I have made my mind. Okay, and it doesn't look like we can click on much else. Oh, and we're apparently in control of the purple dude. I'm ready. Go on, do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, we'll skip this part because you have all already seen it at least once. And here we have a beautifully light-knit sky. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long-distant eras? Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theater, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, Devitt, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it and we will walk together beyond the mist. And it sounds like we're back on the train. I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I have been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes. The tragic event has been continued to object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God. And I guess it doesn't really matter which one we choose, but let's pick the first one. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Herr Devitt was attacked, but survived. And I guess we should ask him what happened, since that's the most open-ended question. What happened to him, then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr Devitt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was Devitt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr Devitt was investigating something. He believed that he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were influenced with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suppose you did not find Mr. Devitt in the hospital? Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all of these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr Devitt within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. It sounds like he's been drugged. So here we are in what looks like a lonely little house. Or on the outskirts of it, rather. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexander's house must be just ahead. And it doesn't really matter where you go exactly as long as you're going to the left. To the left, to the left. Sorry. Okay, so here we have a red gate. There is a large iron bar latching the door. It is quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. And it looks like we can enter it too. But unfortunately it's a little dark for us to see, so we'll skip that for now. We'll get back to it later. So here we have another door. It's latched. I can't open it from this side. So we'll go through the front door like how we usually do. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the householder I'm an old friend come to visit. 'Cause that's not creepy at all. Let's go in anyways. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Yeah, I bet she does. And here we have an interesting footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. Sorry, I forgot about that. So we can look at this portion, and it's interesting how you've got this little scene. A well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. That's a hint for what you're gonna do later. We'll go upstairs in a moment, but for now I want to finish exploring the first floor. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. How would you know that it's warm? You didn't even touch it, you jackwagon. Anyways, let's go through here. And what do you know? There's a lamp. An oil lamp. Obviously, we're gonna take that. Just some old bottles. Now, let's see, is there anything else in this room that we can finish Aha! A pantry with some spices and ingredients. I don't think we can actually do anything with that, though. No, it doesn't look like it. So we'll leave that room, and now that we have the lamp, then we should be able to go into that other, area, the one with the red latch. But we'll ignore that for now, and we'll just go upstairs. As we did hear footsteps coming from there. So let's enter this room and find out. Aha! Alexandra! So before we talk to him, let's just explore the room because this is an adventure game. The table holds nothing but a box with the description Laudanum. To be taken in case of anxiety. It is empty, so that suggests that this person, Alexandra, must have been quite anxious. Alexandra, it's me, David. I'm sorry if I startled you. Is everything alright? Why are you stuck in a wheelchair? Are you hurt maybe? Can you stand? He is staring blankly at some distant point, as if he had not heard my question at all. You told me I could come in here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I've heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. Alexandra, please. Say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand just what happened to him. He looks miles away. So he's very unresponsive. It's like as if he's not even really here. A misty dock overlooks a grey ocean. Gull's wheel overhead. And we've got another clock here. This cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece. The bird. Now notice here, interestingly, that the clock is reversed. If you tilt your head to the left, then you'll notice that the 12 o'clock sign is actually up here. So let's exit that screen for now. There's a hint with regards to that, but we'll get back to it later. But for now, you might want to take note of the fact that it's currently at 11:15. Just keep that in mind. Either that or the downstairs clock is to be altered. I can't remember which one, but we'll get back to that. Anyways, let's continue exploring. So there's a greenish looking door here. A camera tripod. Pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. A basin with a copper drain. It looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover to use to mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. A lamp is hanging from the ceiling. Its bulb casts an intense white light. The image of a couple wearing red masks at a festival. How do you know that they're red? They don't even... It's a black and white photo. What the hell are you talking about? Anyways, we can take the lamp. Of course, we will activate our oil lamp once we do that, and you'll find out why soon enough. It might seem ambiguous for now, but you will need it. A glass jar containing a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide, so for those of you who don't know, that's usually used as rat poison. It is a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles are underlined. Okay, blah blah blah. Not gonna read through this. Sorry, but that's just tedious. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. Okay, so we're done exploring here. So for now, I think there's just one more room that we can explore in the house itself, and it's just over here. And here we've got what looks like somebody's office room or something. So let's have a look around. This seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record for the payment made corresponding to the following work, the cuckoo clock. Mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. Now, just a second, everybody. I'm just going to take a moment to actually write this down. Hang on. I have returned. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all the clocks in the house. So that's a hint. So that means that you do need to actually activate it at 6:15. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled with a warning. Do not open it under white light. So we'll take that. And this is why we took the light bulb, because it says to not open it under white light. So we have to, that's the game's subtle way of implying that you have to do something with the light bulb. A bust with his face turned around. Let's see, anything else around here? This witch, a picture of an angel with a gentle face. And I just called it a witch. Go me. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movement of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. Sounds rather interesting. But it's not really of any importance to us for now. So we're done with the house itself for the time being. We'll get back to the whole clock issue and other stuff later. But for now, we can actually go back into the forest, because since we have our lamp, then we can light our way. And what's this? We've discovered a deceased animal. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open, it looks recently dead. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the light bulb, and we're gonna use it on its blood. Now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. So, for those of you who have not seen so in the movies, a lot of camera development rooms tend to have red lights within them, like it's a pure, dense red quality. So this is why we turn this light bulb red, is because the envelope that contains whatever's inside of it will actually need to be developed under a red light. And I'm going to break the video here. When we come back, more of Let's Play The Last Door. Until then, have fun, everybody.